Hey y'all, this is Madeline at First UMC Luling. I recently attended a conference called Ignite Conference in Beaumont, Texas, and it was about disciple making and being intentional about making disciples who can then are trained to make disciples themselves. It was ministry changing, and I wanted to offer a sort of mini conference or workshop to let you know kind of what it is that they talked about, what was so powerful for me, and the materials that they shared. So part of what the premise was, how are we focused on Jesus's model? There's a lot of church models out there, but how are we using what he did and focusing on a few, and then those few focusing on a few, and then it just spreading from there, and this intentional, not merely lifestyle of discipleship, but training of others becoming disciple makers themselves becomes its own movement. One of the scriptures that they shared was the Great Commission, of course. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But then it continues and he says, teaching them to observe all the things that I've commanded you. And remember, I'm with you always to the end of the age. As well, 2 Timothy 2:2 was used as a fundamental part of our teaching and discussion. These things you've heard me say in the presence of many witnesses, entrust them to reliable people who will be qualified to teach others. And so some of the concept or the idea is that you're looking for people that you can invest in that are already hungry and are in your circle of influence. The first year, let's say I invested in 4 people. Those 4 people then, the next year, are sent out to go and they themselves find 2 people each and for them to invest in those 2 people. You know how this works. It's like a business marketing plan. But imagine us as disciples replicating this Jesus' model. And so we have 16 by year 2 because I'm going to take on another 4 and then they're going to take on more the next year. By year 3, there's 52 disciple makers who can train disciple makers. By year 4, you have begun to change the culture of your church, certainly, and already starting to change the culture of your town. Because at this point, you have 160 people who are disciple makers of disciple makers. Part of some of what happens to us in the United Methodist Church when we have this itinerant system is that we can feel like our impact is limited. But if you were able to start to instill a different culture into the life of your church, one that is a replicating culture, then your impact is going to far outlast whenever it is that you move on from that place. There are a couple of resources at this conference that they pointed us to. One was called Disciple Shift, and it's a wonderful book about the kind of idea behind this shift in our approach to discipleship. One of the tools that was mentioned as far as using it in your group was Discipleship Essentials, and this is by Greg Ogden. He also wrote a book called Transforming Discipleship, which is more of the ethos behind the movement. The date that I'm thinking about of hosting this workshop is June 18th. It's at 2 p.m. and it'll be up here at First UMC Luling in the sanctuary. If there is enough interest, I would be more than happy to host another time. I hope that this is something you're interested in. I think it's fundamental. It's key for what it is that we are asked to do by Jesus Christ.